Yes, as we all know, there is nothing better than building your own business to create massive freedom, abundance, and impact for yourself. That being said, there is a lot of misinformation out there right now on the difference between being a freelancer, where you are in control of your job and the hours you work and the income you make, versus an entrepreneur, where you have all of that, yes, and you are running an actual business. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to run and grow your own business, then what I'm going to share in this video is going to be really helpful for you, because I'm going to give you a few really key principles to approach and think about your business like a real business, which will help you run it more smoothly, grow it more, and make it more profitable. If you're new here, hi, I'm Luisa Zhou. This channel is all about helping you build and grow your own business to create true freedom, impact, and abundance for yourself. With that, let's jump right into principle number one. And that principle is one I see so many entrepreneurs confuse all the time. And that is that your business income is not the same as your income. We're going to talk more about this in a little bit, but right now I want to separate that. Whatever your business makes is not what you make. And so your business has its own revenue, its own expenses. You have to pay taxes on your profit. And then from there, you get to pull out your income. And so when you are planning, for example, what do I need to make in my business to be able to leave my job? What do I need to make in my business to hit this income goal or this net worth goal, or to be able to buy this house, or whatever thing it is that you want to achieve? You need to take that into account. Your business is something that needs a lot of other things to run. It's not like you're just a freelancer where you go out there, you work, you get paid, and then you pay your taxes and everything else is yours. It's not like a salary. Yes, you can make a lot more in your business than you can at most jobs. That being said, you have to really separate those two. So you're gonna have to make more in your business to be able to increase your salary. That's thing number one. Thing number two, which I kind of hinted at just a second ago, is that your business is separate from you. So what does that mean? That means that you want to be thinking about your business from day one as its own entity. Of course, if you're starting out in your business, it's going to be a little bit hard to differentiate, especially if you are selling a coaching or any service-related service. And so essentially, people are going to be coming on for you, absolutely. And even as your business grows, you are most likely going to be a huge part of the face of the brand, you or someone, no matter if your business is named after you or not. That being said, you want to start thinking about your business as something that's separate from you, that yes, you can be the figurehead for, you can be the personality behind it, but it's not you. Again, this is what differentiates how freelancers need to be thinking about their job and how they make money versus how entrepreneurs need to be thinking about their business. And so what that means is from day one, again, it's not feasible from day one because you've got to build everything first, but you want to start thinking about it from the very beginning, or wherever you are right now, as soon as possible. How do I separate what it is that I do from what it is that keeps my business running? So a lot of entrepreneurs, how I see them is, no matter what it is that they do in their day-to-day in their business, if they were to take a step back, to take even a day or a week off, their business would come to a complete halt. If that is the case, you do not have a business. You have a well-paid job. So if you're not out there hustling yourself, getting new clients, creating content, sharing your products, any of those things, your business comes to a halt, you don't have a business. So ask that for yourself. Now, again, if you are in the earlier stages of your business, it's inevitable. You are going to be taking care of all of those things, but you want to be doing that even if you have to be doing that in that stage, and be thinking about, okay, how can I get to the point? How am I setting up the foundation now for me to get to the point where I'm able to separate the two? And we're going to talk more details about how to do that in just a bit in this video. So that is the second thing. The third thing I want you to really think about, I mean, not I want you to think about, but you want to be thinking about if you want to really be a successful entrepreneur and have a successful business, is that your business is an asset that you own. Again, it's not you, it's not your job, it's not your income, it's an asset that you own, right? It's like one of the things that you own. And with that, it is an appreciating asset as well if you are building it right. It's only going to grow in value. Your reputation is going to grow, your traffic, your audience is going to grow, your ability to sell more products, to raise your prices, to add on other products, to do product partnerships or business partnerships. I mean, there's so many opportunities to grow your business. However, you have to go into it thinking about it that way, that you are building an asset that's going to continue to increase in value. And the reason why I'm emphasizing this is because I see so many people who have bought into the dream of entrepreneurship, which is absolutely true. You can have more impact, income, freedom, control than pretty much any other way of making money and having a career out there. That being said, too many people come in expecting an overnight success, and if they don't get it right away, they give up. Versus if you think about, okay, I'm building an asset that's going to last me a really long time, it completely changes the way that you think about building it and how you approach being resilient, overcoming failures and obstacles, and setting yourself up for success. This reminds me of a story, but a very famous story you might have heard, where Jeff Bezos asked Warren Buffett, your philosophy for investing is so good, why doesn't everyone do it? And Warren Buffett said, because everybody wants to get rich quickly and no one wants to get rich slowly. The truth is, with all the tools, the industries, the trends available to us nowadays as entrepreneurs, it doesn't even take that long to grow a profitable business. That being said, you have to be prepared for the long haul and to be approaching it again as building an asset versus I'm going to make some money, I'm going to become a millionaire overnight, I'm going to go and do this and be able to live it up tomorrow. And I'm not preaching at you. I promise this is a mistake that I have fallen into at various points in my own entrepreneurial career. And I have to tell you, each time I've made that mistake, I've fallen into doing some stupid things, making some very short-sighted decisions. And so I think it happens, frankly, to probably most of us, but be aware of it. And if you are, then you can pull yourself out of it. Ask yourself, am I thinking about, the whole get rich quick mentality, or am I thinking about building an asset, which again, doesn't have to be slow either, but it's a much more mature, resilient, long-term success frame of mind, right? So that's point number 3. Point number 4, to build on the things that we've been talking about, is to really think about your business as essentially a project that you are building, like a massive project, probably one of the biggest projects you've ever handled in your life, but essentially it's a project. And what the project is, it's a series of systems that you are going to build up. So that's going to make it into an asset, into a standalone entity that's going to build on the points that we just covered. So what does that mean? That means you have to be thinking about, from day one, wherever you are in your business, what are the things that I am doing right now that can eventually be systematized? You don't need to try and systematize too early, because in the beginning you do have to hustle and use that manual labor. That's normal for every business, but you want to be thinking about it from day one. So you want to be thinking about, okay, everything I'm doing, and it really falls down into, marketing and sales, delivery, support. Those are really the main systems. Operations, or maybe a little bit of tech, but probably nothing super complicated for like an online coaching course, service-based business. And so those are really the main systems in this type of business, right? And so with that, you want to be thinking about, okay, how am I going to build these into standalone entities that run on their own? Over time, as you've done that, what you will have created are standalone systems. So for example, in my business, for marketing, right? We have a few traffic sources that we have really mastered, and those have changed over the years. It started out with paid advertising. When I was using that, I had a system for how I like to run my ads, what we targeted, what audience we used, and I had an ads manager do that. So again, going back to, I could take time off, nobody would know because all the traffic generation was still being run. These days we have YouTube. Yes, YouTube requires me to record, but I can batch it. Then my editor edits it. My YouTube team uploads it. I'm only involved in the part that is my zone of genius, talking to you and sharing stuff that is valuable and interesting. So those are just 2 examples of traffic generation. We do have other ones, but the principle is there, and that's what we're talking about here. In terms of sales systems, back when I sold more mass numbers of my high-end coaching program, I had a salesperson, sales team drive those sales calls. So that was that sales system. These days, I sell a lot more courses, and so my sales quote unquote systems, I mean, they are systems. I don't know why I decided to put them in quotes, are more the sales pages, the sales assets, the funnels, the sales and marketing assets that are related to selling those products. And those are things that I created. I love creating it. So I could have outsourced even that, but that's my zone of genius. So I created them. We can reuse them whenever we are selling anything, and they work for me 24/7. So again, I did it. It's systematized, and that's done. So again, it doesn't require me to recreate it, to be present, to have those things work. So those are the sales systems that we have nowadays in my current business, the funnels, the emails, the sales pages, all of that. With delivery, how are you going to deliver what it is that you're selling? When you're starting out, you're probably doing coaching calls or doing whatever service it is that you are selling. And so that is very manual. That is where I started as well. But as time goes on, are you able to leverage your delivery into, for example, one-on-one coaching to a group program? If you are doing something that's done for you, like a design service, designing websites, can you leverage it by hiring on other designers so that you aren't the only person who has to do all the work? Two just really simple examples. Nowadays for me, because the majority of my business is in courses and products like that, the delivery is automated. We've built gorgeous self-created course membership sites, and everything is really simple and set up. We set it up once, and then it's ready to go. So that's that system in of itself. And then there's your people systems, AKA your team, right? Who does what? Do they know what they need to do? Are they aligned on the vision? Are they supporting you so that you only do the things that you are good at and that you enjoy doing? For me, it's coaching a very small handful of people who are wanting to grow their businesses to 7 figures and beyond. The majority of my students come through my courses, and I create really great content that hopefully you enjoy and find helpful. I love sharing it. And the rest of my time, I'm working on my other businesses, my other investments, and really just enjoying my life. It wasn't like that the first few years of my business. I want to be clear. I worked nonstop to be able to build these systems, right? But it's because you need to build them. And I started from day one knowing what the systems were, keeping my eye on that so that I could build them quickly and get my business to where it is today. So I kind of just mapped out the main systems that you want to be thinking about. So as you do these and you do it over time, taking into account that this is an asset that you're building over time, so it doesn't have to be all done in one sitting, and it's not going to be, right? What that allows you to do is, again, separate yourself from your business, have it be an asset, have it be a standalone thing, and really create something that you own where you enjoy it, you scale it, you have other people helping you grow it, and then you can do more to grow it. You can use the funds, the things that you've learned to grow other businesses. I mean, sky's the limit after that, to be honest. The last principle that I do want to share here is very key, and I see so many entrepreneurs, even those at multiple 6 to even 7 figures, not knowing this, and that is, if you're thinking about your business as a business and you're thinking about it as a business person, you need to know your numbers. At the basic level, you need to know how much cash you are bringing in every month, how much is going out. How much profit do you have? What are your estimates for how much cash you're going to bring in next month? What are your baseline expenses? Your projections for the next few months for how much cash you're going to bring in, and knowing at a minimum, this is the minimum amount I need to make to cover all my expenses every month. You would be amazed at how many entrepreneurs, again, even at relatively significant revenue levels, who aren't aware of that because they have their bookkeepers or accountants doing it, or they're kind of just like, so busy making money and delivering that they don't have time to think about that. But the truth is, this is something you have to make time for. It doesn't even have to be that time consuming. These days, I have a few systems to help me do that. I have my accountant, my bookkeeper who sends me my numbers monthly. I also have my own trackers because I like to see it broken down in more detail so I can see, the numbers I just shared, plus how it's broken down by product, the age, quote unquote, of our clients, not the actual age, but how long they've been a part of my audience, and some basic statistics like that, like where they came in. So I have an idea of, okay, what traffic channels are working best for us? What's the sales cycle? What's the lifetime customer value of my clients? Really basic things like that. But if it feels overwhelming, all you have to start with is, what's the cash coming in every month? What's the sale that you're making every month, the sales amount, which is different from cash, right? Because if you're selling on a payment plan, the cash you take in that month from making the sale is different from the total sale of the amount that you made. You want to keep both in mind because the sale will help you with cash projections, but cash is how you run your business. You can't pay people on, hey, I've got this sale and I'm going to get paid in a few months, so I'll pay you when that comes in. You can't do that, right? So you run your business on cash, but your business grows on sales. And so you want to know both of those. You want to know your expenses. So again, you can know, okay, baseline, I need to make this much every single month to be able to cover my expenses, to pay my team, to pay myself a salary, whatever that looks like for you. If you just know those 3 things to start, that's going to put you light years ahead of a lot of entrepreneurs already and just get you started thinking about running your business like a business and growing it. Because when you know those numbers, it's a lot easier for you to grow your business as well. So those are the 5 principles to start playing with to really think about your business as a business. Now, that being said, now that we've set the foundation, if you want to grow your business fast, I've got a really powerful tip for you that I share with you in this video called Do This to Grow Your Business Fast. So if you want that, go ahead and check out that video and I will see you there.